Mhm. 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 Uh-huh. 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 Oh yeah. Here we go. You almost ready. Mhm. 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 Give me a moment. Uh-huh. Yeah. You ain't know I was gonna go live today. Surprise, surprise. Surprise, surprise. I'm here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, everybody wants to know. When I tell you, like I have on all platforms, DMs on Twitter, DMs on Instagram, like messages galore, text messages. What do you think? 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 And you know what? Listen, I call myself a Steelers loyalist. So what that means is I'm here, I'm riding, I'm dying. Um, whatever happens, I'm pretty much here for it. So that's why I call myself that. But I thought that this was an interesting hire, not because um, not because he doesn't have the skill set or anything like that. I thought it was interesting because of the guys that they were bringing in um, prior. So the guys that they had interviewed prior, I I thought that they would be going in a different direction. But Arthur Smith, of course, we know he has some OC experience. Didn't do very well as a head coach, but around I've heard high things about him being an OC. I've heard people suggest him he would be a better OC than he is a head coach. You should bring him in. I think he'd be a good fit. I think he'd be a good fit for the running backs. I think he'd be good to get Darnell Washington and Pat Fryermuth going. I've heard those things um, over the last couple of days about Arthur Smith. Those are the things that I heard. So I only got to do a little bit of research today because I was really busy before this news broke and or after the news broke. So I didn't really get to do a whole ton of his history. But I mean, that last season or the season, the main season with the Titans, um, where they won that playoff game against the Baltimore Ravens, I think that season all of itself was a good body of work. It's just unfortunate that you're the play caller as a head coach and you just don't have much to show for it in the win column. So, with that being said, maybe he couldn't manage it all. Maybe he just needed half of the pie. He couldn't manage being the play caller, part-time OC, head coach, monitoring what's going on defense, monitoring what's going. Maybe he just couldn't do everything, or maybe he just didn't have the talent. I don't know, but he had a good defense this year. Anyway, look, that's kind of how I feel about it. I'm willing to ride the wave. Ride the wave. I'm open to what's going to be new. I'm interested to see how the team responds to him, see how the offense looks different. So I'm open minded. I'm open minded here. You can be mad at me and call me whatever. I got it. I'm cool. But I have someone that wants to give their opinion, and I'm actually, I'm just bring him in. I don't need to give you what's up, Dex. I ain't even gonna give you no intro. What's up, man?
That's all I can do for right now.
What's wrong? What's wrong? You're obviously not pleased about the hire.
This franchise loves to just stress us out. Like I think they just.
Where were you when you got the news?
I was in the gym,
Hmm.
and then I get an alert on my phone. Says, Steelers hired OC Arthur Smith, and I'm
Hmm.
like, Arthur Smith. I'm like, not Atlanta Arthur Smith. Arthur
Hmm.
Smith.
Hmm. Atlanta
Not
artist.
not not 26 ranked offense Arthur Smith.
Hmm.
Not
Clay Carlin in Atlanta, Arthur Smith.
not looking on the sidelines like every picture he's like.
Arthur Smith.
Then I go check my sources and yeah, Yeah, we got Arthur Smith. Um, here's what I feel about it. I
Mhm.
don't. I'm a what have you done for me lately type of man myself,
Mhm.
and I feel like the Mike Tomlin is a what have you done with me 2 years ago type of person, and it makes sense. You know, what he did, who he had when he was on the Titans. We have Derrick Henry 2.0. And Najee. We
Oh, don't
have.
say that too loud. You're gonna make somebody angry with that take.
Hey, listen, it
You're
is
gonna
what
make
it
somebody
is.
angry with that take. They
That
don't want to
man
hear
ran
that.
behind. Listen, he ran behind Derrick in Alabama.
Yes.
He was there. They marry each other down to
Mhm.
the dreads. I
Mhm.
think that was like, yo, keep them dreads, boy. We gonna help you out. But I kind of see where it's coming from. Okay quarterbacking. Ryan Tannehill isn't a world beater.
Mhm.
And who knows who we're gonna have. Picking his QB1 right now. We still have Mason, and so I'm gonna stay positive. But at first, I definitely was like, Lord God, here we go again.
Do you think that Arthur Smith, and the Steelers' eyes got some slack because of his quarterback situation? Like, do you think they were like they gave him some, consideration because like, look, we know your quarterback situation over in Atlanta the last couple years just wasn't it. So do you think that was
I really think that they kind of like dismissed what he did last year and looked at what he did when he was only focusing on being an OC.
we'll see? Yeah.
I really think I think that's what they did, and I think we were running out of options because the quicker we get our OC position solidified, the quicker they can get working on what they need to work on. And I don't think they were going to wait because people were getting hired left and right. And I mean, man, you were considered to be a head coach, so that means you had to do something right.
Hmm.
You had to do something, that teams wanted to make you the leader of their ship. So,
Hmm.
maybe with him just focusing on being an OC, we can see what he does.
Yeah. Yeah, and look, and so I was going to originally talk about the show because it was Art Rooney's kind of presser yesterday. Yesterday. I don't know why this week seems like it's like 4 days long already. But
Facts.
and everyone was so hung up on him saying that Mike it was going to be Mike Tomlin's hire. And I emphasized that Mike Tomlin let everybody know that it was going to be Art Omar and him making the decision for the OC. And yes, we know that Mike Tomlin is gonna call the guy and say, "You got the job. Hey, man, you a part of a part of the team." And he's gonna probably be like, "Yeah, I got," But collectively, what he really told you was, "Look, we're gonna collectively go through the pros and cons. They're gonna sit in the room, and I'm gonna get feedback from this guy and that guy. It's not gonna be sitting in the room like, who do I want to call an interview today?" And I think people just took it so literal, as in they were all gonna like put straws in and pick a name out. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
of course he's going to be the guy to say, "Yo, you're a part of the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm the head coach. That's it." But if you don't think that Art Rooney gave him a thumbs up on Arthur, or Omar Khan didn't give him a thumbs on Arthur Smith, like I think you're crazy. So, but I just think that was another way for the media to already pounce on Mike Tomlin and of course the OC. The man ain't even he probably ain't find no place to live yet. And that man ain't even found nowhere. Okay. His luggage is probably still on a carousel at the airport. And the fan base was probably already found a way to kind of pick a side. But I will tell you one thing. I've listened to these fans. I've seen a lot of Pittsburgh Steelers football, and I've never seen a season where the Pittsburgh Steelers fans don't talk trash about an offensive coordinator. I don't care who he is. So I'll tell you that right now. It don't matter. It don't. They could have hired the OCs of the OC. They could have brought the best OC back from the dead, and they would still find a way to dislike whoever is in that position. So that's why I can't sit up here and be like, "Oh, I'm so mad. I hate it. I don't want it." It don't matter. The fans that I communicate with, the fans that I see, fans that I share a stadium with when I'm in there, they gonna find a reason to complain and not like their OC. And they're gonna find even more reason to pile on to the Power Timeline drain. So that's my big takeaway with the hire.
And I also heard that
Mhm.
there's a Mike Munchak connection with Arthur
Arthur
Smith.
Smith.
So I'm thinking, sometimes you gotta think further than what's in front of you. Man, if they bring Mike Munchak back, because I hear that he's also looking to coach.
Mhm.
Maybe it's magic in the waters. It could be magic in the waters already.
So does that win you over with the decision to hire Arthur Smith?
If that's something that comes along with it, I don't know what his connection is. I haven't done my research on this connection, but I'm hearing it strong.
I saw
Hell
something
yeah.
across my phone about that, but I didn't dig into it. Like I said, I've been busy all day, so like I said, I had like a long list of messages, people I didn't get back to just because I've been so busy. So, but I did see that come across my phone, but I didn't dive deep into it. So maybe we'll get someone that can comment on it. I don't know. Maybe
Yeah,
somebody
but
can help us. Um, but yeah, we'll see what happens here. Let me go see if there's any comments on IG because sometimes we get people in comments, and I'm gonna try to do better IG. I really am on trying to see what you guys are saying over here. I'm trying. Okay. A couple people said they're with it. They're okay with it. They're not mad at it. It's an improvement. So this, I guess that you weigh it like you had Matt Canada. Absolutely no one was impressed or happy with what was going on there. And then you hire Arthur Smith, who has a track record of winning games in the NFL. We can't really speak to his quarterback situation relationship, right? So for me, that's a little bit of my concern there. If I have
mhm.
any, it's just like that the quarterback position. You haven't had a history of dealing with really great quarterbacks. Is that a bad thing? I don't know. Because it's not like we have like elite quarterbacking right now. If you look at what we went through last year, not saying Kenny can't go to another level. The potential's there, but I know there's technically two spots available. Um,
Yeah, I believe that
well, I mean, Mitch is still there technically.
yeah, we're gonna he who should not be named. Um but I hear that, his style is really run first, 12 personnel, tight end. So I don't think they Steelers have really believe that the quarterbacking is gonna step up to another level to where the quarterback is winning the game. I think we're gonna still stick with the formula of run that ball and QB manage the game.
Hmm.
I think
We're
that's
gonna
why he
have
was.
game manager.
Yeah, we just looking for a game manager. Like, no, we don't need you to win the game. We don't need you to, you know, do the impossible. Just manage the game. I think that's what's
Mhm.
going to happen with this new offenses regime. And I also um, I just hope the Steelers do something that they don't do either. Is have a backup plan. Even though this is new and we're going to trust the process, but we need to have a backup plan. I don't know what
Mhm.
that is or what that would entail. Bring in a QB coach that could call plays, or or what that looks like as a backup plan. But I think we need to have a backup plan because we tend to get stuck, and
Yeah,
then we got to deal with it all season.
yeah. I
You
think
know.
I can see. exactly what you're saying, and just kind of getting stuck in the mud too long. I think we get stuck and stay there for like
Yeah.
3 games,
Yeah.
so to speak. So if we can, unstick ourselves a lot quicker, we could put ourselves in better situations. One thing I do want to highlight, him coming from that tight end coach background, to me, I don't know. I see a good thing for Pat Fryermuth here. I see some potential for him. Hopefully they get him. Hopefully Arthur Smith likes what he sees in a Pat Fryermuth, and they figure out a way to extend that relationship with him and the Steelers. And I see that being a bonus for a guy like him. And maybe even getting a guy like Darnell Washington more involved in the offense and not just, blocking as we saw him do. I mean, not that he was terrible at blocking, but, I still want to see him get more catches in the upcoming season.
I want to see Connor Hayward. That was my guy.
Yeah,
When I literally watched
yeah,
him at
for
Michigan,
sure.
and he was such a beast. And for him to just be stifled because he's a little bit shorter or he's a third tight end, I feel like this man, his rookie season, did some things. He definitely did some things for us. So even if they do, they feature the tight ends more, all three,
Yeah,
and Connor gets more, playing time. I really want to see him shine this season.
me too.
Definitely do.
Me too. I love Connor. He just gives you a lot of different. He can give you a lot of looks, but when they put all the tight ends in there and blocking for the running backs, that's also special to me. I love seeing
Yeah,
all of them in there blocking like that. I don't know why that just excites me so much. I just
yeah.
love seeing like, yes, take all them wide receivers out, baby. Tight ends, go out there and block for those running backs. I love it. I love
When
seeing
they
it.
pushed
But,
Najee into the end zone, all three of them, all
mhm,
three pushed Najee, and Najee was stuck at the 5 yard line. And
mhm.
then all three, Pat got behind Najee. Then you see Connor coming in, and then you see Washington kind of pulling Bobby Wagner into the end zone.
I
I said,
love
yeah, that
that.
was definitely
Man,
special.
he took was it Bobby, Najee, Pat, all of them
All of
into
them.
the end zone. I absolutely love that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna check something else over here too. Like I said, I haven't been online, so I haven't seen everything that's happening as far as a chatter. And that's great because I like to make my own kind of mental thing. I don't like to go off what everyone else is saying, what everyone else is doing. So I just think it's important to just form your own opinion, get you some information. Unfortunately, I haven't had time to get a whole bunch of information, but I'm open. I'm open to the idea. I'm open to change. I think a lot is changing in the organization that people maybe not be talking about. One of our 20 plus year scouts has left the organization, and that that's interesting. Again, I'll also stress your strength and conditioning team is gone, and
Mm,
they didn't quit, or at least I know one of them didn't quit.
wow.
So there's some interesting things happening. So people cry about things not changing. There's some change going on over there, y'all. I
It's
don't know.
overdue. I think
Yeah,
it's overdue. We need
there's
we
some
need
change happening.
some fresh blood in the building.
Yeah.
Um, we looking at how many years? All right, Tomlin. I want Mike Tomlin just to show that he's willing to do the necessary. You don't have to be stuck in your ways because that's you know consistency is still a tradition, but also winning is too. And
Yeah.
I think winning is should be valued more than just consistency.
Hmm.
So I'm ready. I'm ready for some fresh blood. Like the standard will be the standard, but there will be a new standard.
Yeah, and it's good because look, every time I think about criticism and I think about that Tomlin speech, you have to continually be getting better. You have to continually be getting better. And I think about that, and I think about, you were here last year, you may not be here tomorrow. And I think we want our coaches to have that same mentality. Like you have to
Same energy.
continually be
Yeah, keep
getting,
that same energy with your
yeah,
staff.
we want to continuously be getting better. And you got to show how you've improved. You can't just come in here and give me, and think what you did last year was gonna sustain you. And Arthur Smith is new, fresh blood. All eyes are gonna be on him and what he's putting together. And this is not a league where coaches get to sit around and be comfortable and put their feet up and think they're gonna get fired after 3 years. They firing coaches faster and faster these days.
Swift turnaround.
Yeah, you don't get to just sit back and enjoy the ride and wait for them to fire you, because it's gonna come sooner than you think. So you got to show instant success. And it's sad though, because given your circumstances, like what's my man out that was in Houston last year, like he had to have instant success, and it was damn near impossible. Like you want instant success with what I had. Was it Lovie? Is it Lovie Smith? What was his name?
Lovie.
Yes. Instant success he had to bring. With what? With what?
Man, listen.
They wanted him to make a mayonnaise sandwich with just Wonder Bread.
And water. And water and bread.
So it's absolutely definitely right. It's definitely changing into a league where we want to win now. We got to win this now. And I think it's interesting, especially with the caliber of talent. We want to win now, and I think it's probably has a lot to do with the paychecks too. Like, we paying this dude all this money, we gotta win. We paying the Lamar Jacksons and the Joe Burrows and the Justin Herberts all this money, we gotta win now. So I think that's
in that nature. Yeah, I don't believe you. You can't pay $200 million. You better show me something.
Yeah.
You better show me something.
But the Steelers don't have that problem. And I might as well just bring this up because people tossed around Kirk Cousins being a candidate for the quarterback position in Pittsburgh. And then they were talking, what was the number they gave for Kirk Cousins? 90 million or something?
Yeah.
Not in Pittsburgh. Who cut that check?
Yeah,
who cut that check in Pittsburgh?
I would have thought, if you didn't know no better, you would think that, like Steelers were broke the way they pay. I'm like,
if you act broke, you ain't never gonna go broke, baby. That's my mentality.
I'm like,
if you act broke, you ain't never gonna go broke. Sorry if I'm like flashing y'all.
They talked about with Art Rooney about possibly putting the dome over the stadium. He said, "Nah, we're not doing it." I just want him
to
improve.
Moving. They'll do some minor renovations, and that'll be it. But
you had the luxury to see the locker room?
No, I haven't been in there yet.
They still have wood.
Yeah, I haven't been in there yet, and it is outdated. A lot of things are outdated. A lot of the facilities are outdated there. And when they do like that survey for the players, like kind of survey the facilities and stuff, it's down there. It's down there. It's not graded very high. So yeah, the wooden locker room things. They got the folding chairs, and you see it. When I see the Ravens locker room, I'm like, this is so nice. This is so it looks so nice, and I wish they put a little bit more pizzazz.
Put a little money
in their locker rooms. So I think part of it is like they share that stadium, right? It's Pitt's home too. So I don't know.
I think that need to change too.
Where they gonna go?
They can go find another stadium. Like
where? In the city? Where you gonna go to that?
Outside of Pitt. It's okay. Travel a little. We all did it.
Not do that. That's how you know it's tight. That money is tight. Mm-hmm. They want that money in their pocket.
Yep. Well,
they got all that money for the naming rights. Was it $150 million?
And not a split went into the locker room.
Mm-hmm. Well,
not a split.
We'll see what happens there. Jay Hart said the hope of O-line gels fast with whoever. Okay, I think that's another topic that Art Rooney brought up was the offensive line. Did he not? Am I making that up? I feel like he brought the offensive line up. And
Yeah.
he didn't. Yeah, I think I don't disagree. I think the offensive line can do some sprucing up. Um, we'll look at. I think we should look at Dan Moore. I know they've been looking at centers. Coach Tomlin's out at the Senior Bowl, correct? Yeah.
Hmm.
There's so many of these games. I get the names mixed up. He's at the Senior Bowl, and they have been looking at centers. I think there's a center from Oregon that they caught him chatting with this week. So that's a concern. That's a position that they're highly recruiting, and I don't know why they waited so late.
They're also thinking about bringing in two Georgia Bulldogs,
Of course, why not?
two Georgia
Why?
that actually play with Rod. So that could be something.
Hmm.
I don't think they're bringing him to start, but some good backup, and if they do gel, who knows?
Yeah. So I mean, I loved Isaac. I don't want to missay his last name. I think he was just a dog on offense. He was probably one of the more consistent guys. Of course, Broderick didn't initially start, but I think he played great for a rookie. Um, we don't talk much about
James Daniel.
yeah, I was about to call him Daniel Jones. That's why I paused. I was like, well, I'm about to call this man Daniel Jones. That's not his name.
Daniel Jones. No.
I was like, that is not his name. So yeah, James Daniel. We don't talk about him much, but I think it's because he's doing his job. And I think the numbers show it, and I don't have the stats here, but he's been also consistent. And he might have been even a little bit more consistent than Isaac, but I just think Isaac has just done some dominant things and came in as a force and came in from a Super Bowl team, and just kind of
Yeah.
carried that with him with this team. So Dan Moore, look out. Um,
Chooks. I think they're gonna cut Chooks.
Yeah, I was like, I don't even think that needs to be said. I think, he's extremely unhappy with how the season played out and him not being a part of the offense as he originally thought he would be. And yeah,
Yeah.
so I don't even think that's
Daniel
something we even
Jones.
got to.
He
Yeah, Daniel.
saved. He saved a lot of what's this guy? I already etched him out my mind. What Cole? Mason Cole. He
Mason Cole.
definitely saved them a lot in a lot of situations. I mean, picking up blocks that Mason Cole just whiffed or got pushed back, and James, what's his name? James Jones. Daniel Jones chip
Daniel Jones.
block saved the block. Like so. Kudos to. Now I got Daniel Jones in my head.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I can't go James Daniels. Daniels.
Kudos to James Daniels. Yeah, having to do extra work because our center couldn't hold his own.
What's up, Ken?
Um, yeah, he need to go. Mason Cole is.
Good news. Ken said Minka Fitzpatrick is on the Pro Bowl roster. I did see a clip about some players arriving. I saw some of the AFC confirms. I hadn't seen Minka or Miles yet on the list. So thanks, Kim for that information. I'll go and look that up too. Because I wasn't sure if he was gonna show up. Was it TJ because he was injured, then he was gonna show up. Miles is probably the only one. And I was also looking to see who were some of the reserve guys that were going to make the team because, the Super Bowl contenders have been named. I think Tua, Jalen. There's another quarterback from the AFC let me look it up. Some of y'all don't care.
Why are you looking that up, right? I got a question for you.
What's up?
Do you think Minka deserved to be on the Pro Bowl this year?
Like just based off the numbers, I could see. So here's the thing. I'm a little biased.
Like the jersey.
I think Minka Fitzpatrick is the best free safety in the league. Period. Did he have the opportunity to be that this year? No. For a couple of reasons and mostly injuries. But at the position, who is absolutely better? You could say Geno Stone had a better year than Minka. I hear you. But for me, the best free safety in the league is Minka Fitzpatrick. Strong safety, Kyle Hamilton. Give it to Kyle Hamilton without a doubt. Kyle Hamilton was just monstrous. Like, he had an amazing season, and I'm thankful that him and Minka don't play the same position on paper.
Yeah,
But
he's a
I mean,
beast.
yes, you want to dump him in the DB safety altogether, but he plays strong safety. Minka plays free safety. If it were, they played the same position, I would say, you know what, Kyle Hamilton, you got that. But because it is the free safety position, I'm just like, who you think was better this year? Who do you think was better than him? I mean, I know a lot of people were better than him because he just didn't play as much. But who do you think? And let's be clear: in the beginning of the season, this man was on pace to have 150 tackles for the year before his injury.
It's true.
So, just saying.
That free safety that played for the 49ers, what was his name?
Well, that's NFC.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking, like, what's
Yeah.
his name? I'm talking about overall. That kid, I always call him Troy Power, number 2.
Who's Kajada? I don't know his name. I know who you're talking about, though.
Yeah, TP2.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, he's something. He's something to be
yeah.
feared
He'll
on
be
that
in the
side.
Super Bowl, so he don't have to worry about nothing but the Pro Bowl. About the Pro Bowl. I'm looking to see if I can find anything on the Pro Bowl here online before. So I don't see nothing. Wait a minute. Guess who is pulling up to the Pro Bowl at quarterback?
Who?
Yes, AFC. We're gonna play this game.
I'm thinking guess he's not supposed to be there.
Just guess.
AFC. Don't tell me
When you're ready for another
number
clue.
number 4 from the Browns?
Nope.
No, I forgot his name.
You know when you're ready for another clue.
Really, give me one more guess. I know Josh Allen's going to be there.
His team beat us this year.
And they're in the AFC?
Mm-hmm.
They beat us. There's one of them 2-10 teams?
No.
Dang, who beat us? Oh, I know. Gardner Minshew?
Yes.
The world is ending. I'm about to pack.
Gardner Minshew is in the Pro Bowl. So if you missed it, I'll ask him what quarterback made the Pro Bowl out of the AFC, just unsuspecting quarterback. And the answer was Gardner Minshew. He will be at the Pro Bowl. Okay. He is. Yeah.
That's what we're coming down to. This is what 2023 was a
so
riot.
Jalen Johnson's also going. CJ Stroud will be there. That was the guy that we saw, that I saw. I'm excited to see CJ.
They need more people to play
Geno
football.
Smith, this is back-to-back Pro Bowls for Geno Smith.
Pay that man.
Back-to-back. Second year.
Pay that man.
Baker Mayfield, Pro Bowler.
I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of impressed with him this year. I wasn't, all that bias goes away when you leave the Browns, but he definitely did his thing in Tampa,
So I'm guessing Lamar Jackson is not coming. So
he
if
should.
they put Gardner Minshew in, that's telling me Lamar Jackson's not coming. I would be shocked.
Wow.
So Jamar Gibbs, Amara St. Brown will be there. Demario Davis is a Pro Bowler. Puka Nacua. I'm excited to see Puka Nacua. He's confirmed.
Deserves it.
Sam Laporta. Bijan Robinson. Love that. Jahmyr Gibbs. We got some more Colts. Ryan Kelly, DeForest Buckner, Jermaine Johnson from the Jets. Blah, blah, blah. What's his name? Sauce Gardner.
Sauce is going. Yeah.
Evan Ingram,
Yeah, he balled out.
Darius Slay. Yes.
Slay
Yes.
got hurt.
Hufunga. That's his name. Fanga. Fanga. Him. RT. I gave my take on the OC hire. So if you were late here, my OC hire take is all in all, look, I want to see what he brings to the offense. I'm excited for what he will bring for the run game as well as what he'll do for the tight ends. But it don't matter because the fan base still gonna chew him up. I ain't never seen an OC that these fans didn't complain about. So that's my take. So let's see. Change is coming. Change is on the horizon. What's up, TJ? Yeah. Yeah, Lamar is definitely not coming. I don't even blame Lamar. That's not where I want to be. I don't want to be at the Pro Bowl. I want to be at the Super Bowl.
They set him up for failure.
Did they? You talking? Do you think the OC?
Yeah, that game
Yeah,
they set him up for failure.
we talked about that, Ken, about Munchak. Am I saying it right? Munchak coming back. Um, Dex definitely had the feeling that this could be a setup for him to come back, and you might be right. We'll see.
Yeah,
Uh,
we're gonna dive more into that Arthur Smith and Mike Munchak connection because I don't know where it came from, but there's definitely headlines around, in the spaces that they're connected somehow. And Munchak was definitely looking, to coach. So why not come back home?
mhm. Come on with it. Steeler fans would be happy about that, but then again, it ain't. It's only going to take a three and out or two. It's only going to take a three and out or two for them to be calling for somebody's job, and it'll only be Arthur Smith for a second, and then it'll be Coach Tomlin. So,
You better come with it, man. I just want to see something consistent. Like
um,
whatever's in the run game, maybe you become like a passer, a pass happy. I don't know.
we're gonna
I
have
just
a
need to see
game manager,
consistency.
right? A
Yeah,
game manager.
game
Give
manager.
this
That's
man
what we
a
need.
manageable game. A game that's
That's what we
give
need.
him
Run the
give
rock.
them a scheme, an offensive scheme that is to be managed. And after week 3, not being able to just be torn apart. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was the most egregious thing. Like every defense stacked the box because they knew we were going to run,
Hmm.
and we always lost negative yards if we do something stupid on second down. It was like watching a person that just played Madden for the first time.
And also like if you think about the 11-0 season, right? When we started 11-0, everybody knew that we were going to throw, right? We didn't have a run game. So it's just like, okay, we don't all we got to do is defend the pass because what are you going to do?
Yep. Nobody was in the box.
Yeah. So it was the complete opposite. And I and I want to go back to like coach of the year, those awards. Not that Coach Tomlin probably doesn't care, but I also want to ask, like, what does he have to do to win Coach of the Year? What does he have to do to be nominated, and what did he have to do to win Coach of the Year? Because it's based off regular season. It's not based off if he gets a playoff win.
Yeah,
What does he have to do?
I think he's done it. Like, look at the adversity. Like the adversity that this man has went through and still managed to have a winning season. And I know people say we want more than that, but still, you lose your whole middle of your defense. You lose part of your backfield on defense. Then your quarterback situation. You go from a first to a second to back to the first, back to the second, back to the first, to your third string, and get us into the playoffs. Like I don't know what else. This shows this man can coach.
What
I
does
don't
he
know
have
what.
to do? Like, what does he have to do to get to be a nominee and win Coach of the Year?
Uh, I feel like that same bias they have on TJ, they have on Tomlin. Like the same non-bias, I should say, is they have on Tomlin. They want to see Tomlin going for some reason. I'm not even talking Steeler fans. I mean,
I don't. I honestly think that if nothing good transpires in the next couple of years, I feel like Mike Tomlin will be like, okay, look, I haven't been able to get these guys over the hump. I just feel like it's kind of. I think it would be a test. Like I think he would be like, all right, you know what? Listen, like we agree. Like we've tried. We've done this. We've done that. You know, unless something drastic happens where it's almost an impossible mission for him to accomplish. And we've seen him accomplish something with impossible uh, options and positions. So I don't know. It's something I feel like something crazy would have to happen where he had no type of success. And I think he would. I think he probably would kind of be like, you know what? Look, we did this for what 19, 20 years, you know, let's it's
yeah,
time for both of us to go in a different direction.
I
And
think he's
I
getting
think
there.
that's okay.
I
20
think
years
he's
is a
getting
long
there. This is the first season I actually seen him in press conferences almost crack, like to
time.
where he almost let his emotions. He doesn't really let his emotions get.
I'm gonna tell you, baby, he was tired of y'all. He was tired of
Yeah,
y'all. And when I say y'all, I'm not talking. I'm talking about some of you, but I ain't talking about all of you. He was tired of y'all. And if you know, you know. And if you can't figure it out why, then you deaf or you blind or you both.
yeah.
But he was done. He was tired. And if anything, that would make me want to leave too. That would make me consider moving on as well. Yeah. So Jaquan was talking about health. Like health is, it would have to be and I was like another. Like you losing your whole linebackers, your inside linebacker room, decimated.
I've
And
never
I
seen
want to
that.
go back to this question, y'all. What does he have to do to win Coach of the Year?
I've
He had
never
11 of
seen.
those season, didn't win Coach of the Year. 11 of those season with no run game, can't win Coach of the Year. Like don't have a quarterback, can't win Coach of the Year. Has like goes through the fluctuation of quarterbacks, can't win Coach of the Year. Like can't win Coach of the Year. Can't even can he get nominated? Like what does he have to do? 17 consecutive seasons of not losing. I can't be considered for Coach of the Year because you want to base it off a regular season. Like we are getting new strength and conditioning coaches, Jaquan. I just don't know where they're coming from. So that's on the list as well. That's where I'm sorry. Nobody wants to dig deep on that, but I want to know. I want to freaking know what the heck that was about. There is something about y'all are
I
overlooking that.
believe.
And I want to
I
dig deeper in that. And everybody's like, oh, if people get certain types of injuries, listen, I want to dig deeper in that.
I think that's what that's about too. Because one of my years when I played in college, we got rid of our whole strength and conditioning staff too, because a lot of players were um, catching the same injury.
Hmm.
And I don't know if they're thinking like, listen, you see what's going on, and it's still happening. So I think, but though I don't know, and what's happening with the rehab, maybe,
Hi, Anthony. Yeah,
like maybe
no. I mean,
because
I look at it as maybe a few things, maybe information getting out about players' injuries and what's going on. Um, what else? Maybe players are feeling like they're not getting the diet proper. I mean, they're not like diagnosing them, right? It's strength and conditioning. They're not the doctors per se, but I don't
maybe they
know.
didn't get wrapped right. I don't know. and they're not getting a proper
It's
wrapping.
more to it. It's something there. I don't know what it is, but I would love to get up under that and see what that is. We should be good with Tomlin. There have been a few better, yeah. Okay. So I really don't think that Coach Tomlin cares about the Coach of the Year, but I just personally want to know, what does he have to do to win it? Like, what's the criteria? Because the man does a lot with a little, and has done it on multiple occasions. So I just want to know, what are you putting John Harbaugh in the conversation? He got a squad. He got the best defense in the league. He got to me, the best quarterback in the league that was consistent until, last week or Sunday.
Until he played
So,
us.
what did he do that, I just want to know, what does he have to do? He has to have the best of everything and be the best team to be the Coach of the Year.
I think automatically having no losing season should give you Coach of the Year.
I mean, I don't know. I can't say that it's not, but I can't say why he hasn't won that award. I don't know. And that bothers me. It really bothers me. It shouldn't bother me. But I mean, hopefully DeMeco Ryans kind of comes in and disproves that piece, because I would hate to say that was it. But I just don't know. You hear people just shout out from the mountaintops how great of a coach he is. But why? Why hasn't he got the coach's accolade? What does he have to do? And whatever.
Win another Super Bowl.
But that is not based on the regular season. That's that's a postseason award. This Coach of the Year is supposed to be what did you do in the regular season? And I want to know, nobody can tell me what he has to do to win that award. Does he literally have to go to the practice squad for every position and then not have a losing season? What does he have to do? Because you're telling me a guy that picked up Joe Flacco could win Coach of the Year. This man picked up guys off the couch for his secondary. He was grabbing DBs off the couch and linebackers off the couch left and right. Miles Jack was playing PlayStation or Xbox or something. What are we do? What does this
coaching
man
a hockey
do?
team? Bought a hockey team.
I don't know why I'm so emotional about it, but it's what are we doing? What is that standard? Please show it to me. God.
I just think they don't like the Steelers. Like someone mentioned in the comments, they gave Myles Garrett the depoy, and I don't understand what's going on, how that's even possible. Statistically, it's not possible.
I'm so angry. I'm so angry with that, because I just don't understand. What does he have to freaking do? What do you gotta do? You is it really about the offense? Because you're telling me that old boy, I don't know why the heck I want to call him Stefanski.
Oh, from the
Oh, it
Bucs?
is Stefanski. It is Stefanski.
Yeah.
I'm getting Spags. I don't know why I'm getting Spags and Stefanski's names mixed up, honey. Don't ask me. I don't know. If they walked past me right now, I wouldn't know who each one was anyway. But you're telling me Stefanski's resume of what he did this season is better than anything Mike Tomlin has ever done. Are you telling me that? With the top defense and okay offense, you're telling me that Coach Tomlin's resume doesn't speak to winning Coach of the Year in 17 seasons. That's a lie.
What's his name?
Sorry, I wouldn't.
J Hart, she's talking about totally over his total body of work, not just this season. And still with losing to 2-10 teams, he still had a winning record.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean, he
would
had
it
a
made
really
a difference if
mhm.
he won, if he lost to a 6-2 team at the time? Doesn't matter. You know, it's the NFL.
I just want to know. I really just want to know, what does he have to do? What does he have to do? You know,
I
you
think if
go
he
5 and
goes,
1 in the division, the
yeah,
toughest division in the
yeah,
freaking league, y'all.
yeah.
Like, what does he have to do?
He has to go undefeated again. Yes, 17-0. That's the Mike Tomlin standard. That's what
That's
they want.
I hate to steal that. Like, but that just really gets under my skin. What do you got to do? Hmm?
Seventeen or
Do you have
nothing.
to like deliver a baby on the field? Like, what does this man got to do?
Man, he got to
Got my
call the
blood
offense,
boiling,
call the
man.
defense, call the special
You got the
teams.
best guy. You got the best player in the world on defense, and it don't even give you consideration. You got a DPOY almost every year, and you cannot be in consideration for Coach of the Year. And you never had a losing season. And oh wait, we put Mason Rudolph in there. Anyway, I just want to know. Just tell me what he got to do. Tell me what he has to do. I would like to write it down, and I would like to actually take his next season or two and mark him up against what the qualifications are of being Coach of the Year. He got to win 10 plus games. Okay. He got
10
to
plus
what?
games, kick the field goal. He got to he got to
Oh,
punt.
do we know all? So we got Harbaugh, we got Stefanski, we got D'Amico Ryans, and anybody else know the other coaches? Coach of the Year. Let me see. Let me see. Hold on. All this stuff trying to come up. Sorry, I'm looking up. NFL Coach of the Year. It says the odds. So, okay. Okay. Dan Campbell, John Harbaugh, D'Amico Ryans, Kyle Shanahan, and Kevin Stefanski. So
Dan Campbell,
the teams that were in contention. So Andy Reid's not a part of this list. Let's be clear. And they're going to the Super Bowl. um the 49ers, of course, Kyle Shanahan's a part of this list. Dan Campbell, okay, I'll give you made it to the NFC. Despite making it to the NFC Championship, your team has overcome some things, and I think their offense just hit a good spark. Had a great spark. D'Amico Ryans, you went from the bottom to the top. You won the division. And John Harbaugh, of course, you won not only the division, but you won. Well, you didn't win the AFC, but you went to the AFC Championship.
contender, yep.
Kevin Stefanski, what did y'all do? What did y'all do? Your defense went from, I guess, okay to good or great or whatever. But what did y'all do? You made it to the playoffs. But
He got destroyed.
that's regular season, right? That's not regular season stuff. What did Kevin Stefanski do? What did he do? Yeah. Thank you. That's all. I just want to know. I just want to know what this man has to, what does Mike Tomlin have to do to be named Coach of the Year, be nominated and win it, and that's all. Just give me the criteria, and that's all. That's all for me. Yeah, his defense was absolutely healthier. Absolutely. So you lose your best man up front week 1, game 1, and Cam Hayward. You lose Mika Fitzpatrick. What was that week? I don't know, six,
Four,
four,
yeah,
six, six,
six.
what around there?
Probably, yeah.
You lose him. You lose linebacker after linebacker after linebacker after linebacker throughout the season. So Cole, Quan, uh, Roberts wasn't 100% healthy. Who else did they lose? Laura, I can't even remember now.
All
Cole,
three.
yeah,
All
Roberts
three.
wasn't healthy. Um, who
We
else?
lost.
Forget
We
somebody else.
lost plenty of DBs back and forth.
KZ was up and down with his health too. Um,
Porter got hurt at the end.
well, yeah, that was at the end. Because he ended up coming in. Oh, well, Minka was out, so then
Yeah.
they moved Patrick Peterson around, and I'm forgetting somebody, and I'm so sorry for who I'm forgetting. But regardless of the fact, it's insane. It's insane. But yeah, I would just want to know what Kevin Stefanski did, and he also went 5-1 in the division, right? No, what did he do? No, they lost twice in the division.
Yeah, they were behind.
Yeah, they lost to Baltimore. Yeah, so he went 4-2 in the division. Okay, yeah, Trent Thompson. Yeah. 4-2 in the division. They won an extra game, another game, one game above us. Was it? They have 11 wins.
Yep, 11 wins. Gets you coach of the year, apparently, except if you're Mike Tomlin, because we
We
did
had
that
one
already.
loss. The
We did
Browns
that
lost to
already.
the Ravens, and they lost to us in the division. So they had two losses in the division. I don't know. Sorry. I know that's probably not the direction the show started. We were here to talk about the OC, but that was heavy on my heart. That was heavy on my heart.
Let
Okay.
it out. It's a lot of frustration, you know. This
Yeah,
man
because like
literally
that man
bleeds
gets
for us.
crucified for something that he can say he's consistent on, no matter who's there and not there. He tells you, next man up. Time to step up. What is it? It's time to ring your bell or ring his bell or whatever the saying is. The bell saying that he uses. Man, what? Oh, okay. So the Browns lost to the Bengals. No. Oh, that was 18. Okay, 18. Okay. So yeah, because I did they rest people, I think. So yeah, I think so yeah, they lost at the end of the season, they lost to the Bengals, they lost to the Ravens, they lost to us. So they lost 3 games in the division. That takes me right back. Takes me right back to where I started. What does he
What
have?
did he do?
Anyway. So people that we have in the chat, if you have, I know we started earlier talking about Arthur Smith. If you have any opinions and thoughts on Arthur Smith, I would love to share them. So let me know how you feel about Arthur Smith before we close out here, man. My man Dex wasn't absolutely thrilled about it. What's up, Ali? Thanks for joining us. He wasn't absolutely thrilled about it. Me, I'm over here. I'm gonna go with the flow. I'm gonna go where the wind takes me until I can't. So please let us know how you feel about Arthur Smith, and we'll post him up here for the audience. Still got everyone's hopes up before the season. I mean, they look. I think everyone knew that the Browns defense was going to be good. So Jaquan likes the hiring of the OC. Jamrock Culture asked if we like the hiring over. I'm checking out Instagram now. It's cool. I don't have no beef with it.
Just see what happens, you know. As long as you bring that Titans fire and not that Atlanta Falcons fire, I'm
He
fine with it.
wants why I can't say his name, Munchak. And then Chai Allen said that he thinks that Najee Harris is going to benefit from this more than anybody. I think Najee will benefit from this. Jalen too, not just one, both of them.
And
Who
you
else?
know what? Thinking about it now, I'm just thinking about some of the Titans games. He definitely ran that stretch more. So Najee gonna have to wise up, like because running a stretch offense, you got to know when to hit that hole, when to run to the outside, when to cut back, and that's what Derrick Henry was amazing at. He was able to, cut back against the grain, hit the hole, or he knew when
Mhm,
to stretch it to the outside, and out. That comes with a athletic O line. You can't
mhm.
get pushed back on these stretch plays because you're gonna get pushed back into the play. So, I'm really thinking, and you could I'm thinking I'm gonna stamp it. I think Munchak is coming back.
Okay. All
I think
right.
I think we get a
Who we
little
got?
munch with this.
Who I got a tweet? I will get on Twitter right now. Does he have a Twitter?
Who's that? Mon-
So Ken said he was hoping for Kubiak, but he's fine with Smith, and he hopes Munchak is back. Ali says Ali says he likes it. If you can get Tannehill a Pro Bowler, he could do something with Kenny. Okay, I hear you, sir. I hear you. And Jaquan also said he has good play action as well. We like a little play action.
Yeah, remember that you used to run that play action off the stretch, and Ryan
Play
Tannehill used to turn around and run back and bomb straight bombs down the field.
Yeah. So, look, I love, like I'm telling you, I have high hopes. I called our running back room a top running back room in the league, and I meant it. I said in the beginning of the season, it didn't pan out like that in the beginning. It didn't look like that in the middle. But towards the end of that season, people were starting to see exactly what I was saying about that talent in that room. Like I did not fall off of that cliff. I
Yeah,
could have, but I
you
truly
stayed on it.
believe we have the best running back room in that league. I really
Oh
do.
yeah, yeah, you stayed
So,
on it.
and I'm glad people got to see like flashes of it, a nice body of work of it at the end of the season. I wish it could have got started earlier, but hey, just to know, to see that, and people, and the thing is, people knew, but they decided to go with the narrative of Jalen being better than Najee and saying, "Oh my God, these guys are both really, really talented." They wanted to put one person down and uplift another one. So I can't even say people didn't know. They knew, but they just wanted to up one and not the other. And my mindset was they're both really good. And they don't do everything the same. And that and depth is good. And being different is good because you don't want to give the defense the same thing over and over again. So look, stop playing with my running backs. Okay, we got it. Oh yeah. Yeah, look, Mr. Hawkins. One thing is for sure, two things are for certain. These fans are gonna be mad at something. They're gonna be mad at this OC call. They're gonna be mad at the first three and out they see. They're gonna be mad at the second three and out they see. And they're also going to ask for Mike Tomlin to be fired. So
In that order. In
that is
that
what I know.
order.
I don't care. I do not care. They look, he could even win coach of the year. And they'd be like, well, he got a coach of the year award. He could finally get out of Pittsburgh, get him out of Pittsburgh. He can't win a Super Bowl, but he can win a coach of the year, a participation trophy. Like that's what they would say about Mike Tomlin. Do you hear me?
Sickening. Sickening.
Get him out of here. Send him on his way. Thank you for coming. That's what they would do.
And they'd
Am
be
I
mad if
lying?
he leave.
Am I lying? But my thing is when you go, if you went 0-7 or 0 and like if you finish the season out 4 and what 13 or something like that, something crazy, what would you say? I guarantee you, half this fan base was like, "Dang, I guess we really did." I get, Mike. Maybe Mike T ain't that bad. Call Mike T up, just like they was calling for Todd Haley.
Come back.
You heard people calling for Todd Haley to come back after they ran that man with pitchforks out of Pittsburgh.
How long has it been since he's
I
been
don't know.
going?
I don't
They
know.
still call him a Ty Haley to come back. They still call him a Ty.
I
Ty
don't
somewhere
know, but
fishing.
it's just like you hated that man, Todd Haley. You hated him. And you on your knees, please, Todd. Oh my God, we need help. Help us. Help me, please. Help me, please. No, absolutely not. I wouldn't. Not. That is probably one job I would not want in that organization. As an offensive coordinator, they want to strangle TA and let this man had to go through. They're like, why did we re-sign TA? Why the man still helped like his DBs then gave you game-saving interceptions on multiple games. The Tennessee game, the Ravens game. Hold on, I'm drawing a blank here. Did it happen in the Green Bay Packers game? But regardless,
Baltimore.
I'm trying to
Shout
tell
out to
you,
JPJ.
this team has put these coaches have done a lot with less. And yeah, so I did. Yeah, I said Green Bay. Okay. I'm just you guys don't know how good you got it. You don't know how good you got it. Go over to Carolina. Go on over
Lord.
go on over there somewhere. Go in that whole division over there. Go over there. You want to smell swamp? Go over there. Okay. Like you went 5-1 in the most difficult division in the NFL. You ungrateful. You just unfreaking grateful. That's what you are. You went 5-1 in the most difficult division in the NFL. You don't deserve him. You don't deserve him. I hope he leaves. I hope he leaves. Please leave. Please.
No.
Please leave. Sir,
Don't
please.
put that
I'm
in the
begging you at this
atmosphere.
point. Please go. I'll go with you. I'ma still, I'm gonna still have my ties, but I'm gonna go with you because they don't deserve you. They don't deserve him. All right, I'm sorry. Rant's over. I didn't think I was gonna be this like deep on Mike Tomlin today. I didn't think I was gonna get in my bag, but man, oh man. What did Ken say? Twitter was around when the Steelers lost to the Chargers at home. Man, look, let me tell you something. They have amnesia. They get amnesia. They get, what is it called?
Selective
They have
memory.
selective memory, but it's just like it's the amnesia that they get when it benefits them. I guess we can call it beneficial amnesia. It
Like
is insane. It's insane. It's insane.
Like that.
And they forget. They like I ain't gonna sit here and act like I was around for Lord, the other coach, because I wasn't. No, before him.
Oh,
Why am I drawing a blank? Jesus,
help us out, Chad.
I see his face. We only had 3 coaches now. Come on, y'all. What's his name? Jeez. Oh my gosh. I literally see his face and I cannot think of his name. Come on, Ken, give me his name. Jeez. Chuck No. No. There you go. Chuck No. All right. Chuck No. It came to me. Sorry, y'all. I was at delayed memory right there. Thank you. Thank y'all. It's all coming in now. Chuck No. I ain't gonna sit here and act like I was around for Chuck No, but let me tell you something. That man ain't stood up there and win every year. And it wasn't pretty. And if you said some of the things that you say to and about Mike Tomlin, the questions that you asked Coach Tomlin, he would have had a different type of answer for you. He probably would have been smoking a cigarette too. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, good Lord, man. The privilege people have because of the access they have now is crazy. But anyway, last thoughts before we roll it out. Definitely back. Look, I appreciate y'all for coming through tonight. As we unravel more, the Senior Bowl's going on. We'll see a lot of footage. A lot of the reporters are out there giving you footage about what Coach Tomlin and company are looking at in these players. So you got that. I'll give you some Pro Bowl coverage. Be sure to my guy Ken's gonna also be at the Pro Bowl, so I hope I get to run into you, Ken. And what else we got going on this week? We don't have to. Oh, look, we got a special visitor.
What
What
up? What
up?
up?
Hey, what up,
Hey,
Jay?
Sunshine.
How y'all feeling? Better late than never, but always later
Yeah,
is better.
give us
Yeah.
your little brief. I was about to close it up. I was about to lock it on down.
You can close it up. I'll pop in there. I was saying, what's up? How y'all feeling?
Yeah, we want to know your take on this hire, though.
I got mixed reviews. Of course, everybody is more so what you done for me lately.
Yeah.
So I mean, what he has done in the
Let's
last
start
3
off with that.
years, what he's done in the last 3 years, going 7-10, isn't something that's going to be too promising to look at. But I mean, neither was the whole division. I think the division leader was under 500. So that's not a whole lot to say about the division, but he did have valuable weapons down there with Bijan Robinson and some of the other receivers and stuff like that. Maybe not a quarterback. But as far as the system, I think it could work if we play by committee and not play by and I think in this regard it will maybe hurt somebody like a Pickens more so, because I mean they take the occasional shot downfield, but in this offense it's not going to be a whole lot of downfield shots. They're going to probably more so work within the hash marks, within the numbers, as far as like passing. But to my knowledge, like he runs a outside zone block. I mean, an outside run. So that to me sounds like Najee's not going to be number one anymore. To me, it sounds like it's more going to be more like Jaylen Warren, because he can hit those holes. He can get out there. And I mean, closer when we get to the red zone, yeah, of course you're going to give it to Najee, because we've seen this year that's what he does. He's going to punch the ball in. He gets his occasional 15 yards, 12 yards here, but everything was up the middle. When you're trying to start going side to side, that's not where he make his money at. So I mean, I'd hope that our offense can look like something like the 2019 Titans, where, obviously Derrick Henry was the rushing leader that year. He was also the offensive player of the year. And Tannehill did just enough to kind of like manage the game. And I think that it's a move like this is emblematic that they're not confident in Kenny Pickett. So they're not confident in his ability to carry the team, run the team, or be that quarterback. And so like I would think that you would just go get another quarterback. But I mean, I get that things are not that simple, and you don't kind of just want to plug and play and just go pull this person, that person, because obviously you're gonna have the same issues. If not,
say for a guy, we talked about it briefly, but I said the amount was too high for Kirk Cousins. Do you see a guy like Kirk Cousins working in an Arthur Smith offense?
Yeah, I don't think he will work that good anyway. But I mean, like I said, if you go with my guy, you know what I'm saying, it might just be a plug and play.
I'm sorry. Who's your guy again? Are you talking about Justin Fields? Okay.
I mean, at this point, that's what you need.
I had to ask, but I don't know why I thought he was going to say Kaepernick.
I mean, we can go. Look, I also made a petition for Cam Newton, because I mean, like
he told me he wanted to be in Atlanta. He said that. I mean, he didn't tell me. Sorry.
Oh, that's what he said.
I don't want nobody saying
that's what he told you.
He didn't tell me that. He would like to play in Atlanta.
I don't know why.
That's his home. That's his home.
He got a baby another baby on the way. He got kids.
Oh, true.
He been off for some time. So I think Atlanta probably would just be best for him in his situation.
Yeah. That makes sense. That definitely makes sense. Yeah. I think that I only said that because I only said Pittsburgh with Cam Newton just because to my knowledge, he kind of came up he kind of coached Justin Fields coming up. So he knows Justin Fields as a player enough to kind of like give him the keys and the gems to the game. They're both running quarterbacks. They're both, this color, you know what I'm saying? So like they just may have a different, je ne sais quoi about them. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
To help them kind of, gel and get maybe some of the growth that he needs to have. And also maybe kind of like give Kenny Pickett some of the growth that he needs to have, you know what I'm saying, with him being not really a dual threat, but being mobile. So I mean, I'm optimistic, but then I'm kind of like, man, he had other options. I wish they would have kind of like shopped around a little bit more before they kind of like made this executive decision. But
I mean, you're getting into prime time. Like I need my OC to be at these events. I need you at Senior Bowl. I need you at these.
True.
I need you on the scouting trail, right?
True.
And I don't want to be interviewing guys and other teams are interviewing, and the guy I really, really like is getting snatched up.
True.
Like I need to know, are you fit and scheme? We got to move on. We cannot sit here, we dwell. The draft is on the way. Combine is in a couple of weeks. You know what I'm saying? Like we got to get on the ball here. Like we can't just
that's what
sitting
was
on our
happening.
hands.
That's what was happening.
My fault, Dex. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying that's exactly what was happening. A lot of the prime OCs, premier, I mean, they were getting snatched up pretty quick. So we had to bust a move.
Yeah, I was gonna say, to add to what D was saying, I think that you gotta have your people in play. Like you said, at this time, I think our draft needs to be pretty much all offensive linemen. I think we need not all offensive linemen, but definitely offensive linemen. I think we need some D tackles. I think we gotta go for another linebacker. But we need to bulk up.
Center. Hello. Center.
Yeah, well, that was one of the
first round.
Yeah,
that was
first round.
I want the boy Cedric Van Pran out of Georgia. That's what if we could get off, if he falls down to number 20, I really wish Pittsburgh would pick him up. I don't see him on any of the mock drafts or the draft boards, but he's nasty, man. And he's a big boy. So I think that we should go get him and kind of solidify that. I mean, like I said, I think we definitely need another left tackle as well. But for the most part, I think everything other part of the line is solid enough to kind of run with that. And I'm with you as far as like having the OC in place to be able to kind of make those decisions. These are the type of players that I need, so let's go after them.
Yeah. It's crunch time, and look, and one of the problems is you want to give your OC, you want to set them up for success. I feel like they did not set Matt Canada, despite what you think and feel about Matt Canada. I do not think they put him in a position to be successful. And I'm talking about with Ben. I'm talking about with the what's his name that went to Texans, that center.
Kendrick Green.
Kevin Green.
Kendrick Green, yes. I was about to call him Kendrick Perkins, Lord. I'm getting everybody's name wrong today.
Hey, who's jacked up today?
I didn't call James Daniel Jones. It's bad.
Oh, wow.
Sorry, y'all. I'm really tired. I'm exhausted. So Kendrick Perkins. See, I did it again. Kendrick Green. Ben, like the offensive line was horrendous, before. Just so many levels of why that offense was bad. I felt like they just didn't put him up for success. Bad offensive line, bad, older QB. Then you got if you want to call Mitch a middle of the line QB. I know some people don't agree with that, and that's fine. It's okay. I'm not here to bash the man, but you give him Mitchell, then you give him Kenny in the middle, switching quarterbacks, and then you think you got it all figured out here, right? You spruce up the offensive line. You got two good running backs over here. You got a quarterback that's going to have the whole season to play, and then they still just don't get over them. But I think, but you can't keep going after that. You didn't. First year was bad. Second year was bad. Third year, sorry, you can't. You're the span in this league is short. We talked about that earlier. You don't get beyond 3 years of failure to prove yourself. Like you got about 2.
Yeah.
You got 2 years to prove that you can do it, and then they will boot you in that third year. Okay. You might not be able to finish the third. Some will get lucky. Some will give you grace and say, okay, figure it out. But
Matt Canada, hopefully this is the last time we speak about him. He was terrible.
I'm
I
not
don't want to
saying he
hear
wasn't,
that.
but
I
I'm
already
also
knew he was gonna
saying,
go in.
yeah, I'm also saying the Steelers did him a disservice by not putting him in the best position with what they had.
D, he
So
didn't put
that's why
himself in the best position.
But what I'm saying is that's why they needed to get this particular man in, get him at the Senior Bowl, get him in there before the combine, get him in the best space to help make the best decisions for this team.
I don't
Yeah, I
think. I don't.
agree.
I don't think. I don't think his team.
If Matt Canada said, "Hey, I really like Kendrick Green as the center,"
I
Yeah.
think he did.
then get him out of. Then he should immediately get him out of there.
Yeah, I don't think his scheme was trash. Like D was
If
saying,
Kevin Colbert was like,
I just don't think he had the personnel for it. I don't think
if
we had the
Kevin Colbert was
personnel.
like, "Yeah, Matt, you really like this center? Let's go get him." But both of them. Kevin's still there every week. He ain't GM, but he's still there every week. Both of them need to go.
Yeah.
if
You know
if
what?
they
I
got
think
together and said, "This is the center that we need to pick," Mike, call him right now.
I think we need for Arthur Smith's scheme, we do need athletic. I said this earlier. We need athletic linemen
Mhm.
that could get to the secondary, especially when you're playing with the stretch offense. You
Mhm.
know, we don't need the big bulks. We need athletic, strong that can get there and get on their blocks quickly. Because you know, if that can happen, Najee won't have a problem finding the hole or stretching it out and still getting positive yardage. Now, what's his boy name? Our second running back or co-running back.
Jaylen Warren.
Warren is going to do that way quicker.
Right.
But if you have athletic linemen, it makes the job way more easier. So hopefully, you know, they do what we pray and hope they do is really draft O linemen. I don't know if you heard Jay, but I heard that Munchak might be a part of this deal.
How you feel about that?
I like that. I like that. And see, and I heard, well, I just was doing a little bit of research, but I think Arthur Smith likes to run a lot of double tight end sets too. So I mean,
Yeah, we talked about that earlier. So
Yeah,
I'm
Big
saying this is
12.
good for a Pat Freiermuth contract.
yeah. So I mean, even with that,
Darnell
Darnell
Washington,
mm-hmm,
Connor Haywood, we talked about him.
definitely, those are two. I think Washington and Haywood are kind of going to be the two lead people in that. I think that hopefully Freiermuth gets in on the passing aspect of it, but I think that Connor Haywood and Darnell Washington are better blocking tight ends, so they're more athletic enough to get out there and make the block. And then I mean, Darnell Washington's a wall, so yeah, I'm gonna get behind him, 6'7". You know, I don't know how many pounds he is, 280. I don't know
About that.
That's a
Probably.
big boy.
You probably, y'all.
Yeah.
Oh man.
About that.
So Cedric Van Prin, maybe on day 2. Where's he from? What school? Y'all know my
Georgia.
college.
That's a Georgia guy.
Georgia boy, and he's a junior, if I'm not mistaken. So he played with Broderick.
Yeah, remember I was telling you?
Mhm.
There's three
Georgia boys. You did say
Bulldogs.
that. We sure did.
Yeah, they looking at 3 linemen. And you know what? I was also thinking in this scheme, somebody mentioned in the chat that Pickens might not lose out on, you know, being a playmaker, you know, as much as we think he is. You know, he just got to find other ways to get open, like kind of like AJ Brown did. You know, even though they're different body types, you know, AJ Brown's built like a freaking horse. You know, Pickens is a little slim, but they can still run the same way. If he refined his routes, you know, he showed that he could take it to the house off a slant. You know, so everything don't have to be the deep bomb and you catching it. You know, I think Pickens needs to step up and show that he's a complete wide receiver.
This is Ken's pick. Mims OT from Georgia.
Talking about them Georgia boys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, but I definitely think that they bring a different type of tenacity. I see a lot of players that we get, even Hans Wood. Hans Wood was just a different type player. He came from Georgia.
Well, you have to also think about the other teams that like Georgia Bulldogs, and that's what the Eagles.
Yeah.
Who else? Is it the Jets? A lot of teams, you know.
Mhm. I do
Yeah.
know
Definitely them
Philly.
Eagles
I do know Philly like the bull.
Yeah.
took the
The
whole defense.
Philadelphia Bulldogs.
They took the whole championship defense.
Straight up.
Philadelphia. So yeah, I'm excited. April is the draft, so we don't have a whole lot of time. Combine is at the end of February, going into March, right?
Mhm.
So that's around the corner, y'all. Ooh,
Man,
combine.
already in Black History Month. That's
Yep,
crazy.
one more day. Tomorrow is it. Oh, look, we got another look. Y'all don't want me to go to bed tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, what's up? Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
Give us your take real quick on the OC.
Hey, yo, that's crazy. When I tell you I just saw the text, I just saw it because I just got to Pittsburgh. I hate it.
Mm.
I hate it. Yo, like in my opinion, we didn't we didn't progress. Like we didn't do better. It's like we got Matt Canada 2.0
Mm.
because
Mm.
they talk about how much of an offensive genius he was. But the Atlanta Falcons was offensively inconsistent, and they never utilized Kyle Pitts the way they should have. Like, and he had talent on offense. I
Bijan
hate it.
Robinson.
When I
That's
when I saw
that's what I
when I
didn't
saw that,
understand.
yo, I thought I was being punked when my dad sent me that. My dad said, "What the f is wrong with your boy?" I was like, "What? What happened now?" He said, "Did you not see this?" I was like, "Somebody punking me." Arthur, Arthur Smith, like
I think we was just running out of time. I truly think this was a pressured hire.
Yeah.
and
So okay,
It
so
was very
so
it was very Pittsburgh.
Ali said Falcons had no QB stop it, but they had Bijan Robinson, and that man was underutilized, and I don't know why. Like, what will you
He
say
was
there?
hurt a lot too.
not,
But what
but
will
you
they
know
say
why he
there
was
for?
hurt? Because they were like he had no rhythm of flow. He was overusing his running backs. It was one of them. It was a situation where he was either throwing it too much or he was running it too much. But he had no balance in it. And you know,
Kyle
Desmond
Pitts.
Ritter had a good line. He caught. You know, I'm done. I don't. J Rock. That like maybe is it just me?
I don't know what
That's
happened in
what,
Atlanta.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, I
But I've
wasn't.
had Atlanta Falcons fans tell me that they think this is a good hire for the OC position.
Of course, they're gonna tell you that.
I've had them say that to me. I don't know.
So you want to know? So you want to know what else I think is very I and I'm gonna keep saying it, and a lot of people don't like it, but I'm gonna
Mm.
keep saying it until somebody challenges me and tell me I'm wrong. This is my thing, right? So here we go once again, where when we talk about coaches needing resumes in order to get these head coaching jobs, right? And it's and in my opinion, it feels like resumes only matter when it comes to minority coaches. Whenever a minority coach is talked about for a job, it's always about his resume. Well, where was he at? How long was he there? But I'm noticing, man, a trend of all of these new coaches, 1 year offensive coordinator, 1 year defensive coordinator, and they get head coaching jobs. Arthur Smith is a product of that. Remember, Arthur Smith started out on the defensive side, then he became quality control, right? Then he was an offensive coordinator for 1 year.
Well, he was a tight end coach.
1 year. And then he get a job and they hyped him. No difference than they hyped up Ben Johnson. Now don't get me wrong, Johnson did a great job with the Lions. But what I was waiting to hear in that NFC championship game was they praised him all first half. Second half, he called nothing of what he called in the first half. And I was waiting for somebody to say, well, that's how a coach makes adjustments. Steve Wilks went into the locker room and he made adjustments in the second half. Nobody said nothing about the adjustments of Steve Wilks. Nobody, they just was like, oh, wow, the defense is just playing good. Defense just ain't playing good. It's called adjustments. I'm sick of the goalposts being moved when it comes to minority coaches. I'm sick of seeing 1 year offensive coordinators, 1 year special teams coaches like Joe Judge. I'm sick of seeing folks get head coaching jobs and they don't have a resume. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to African American coaches, they gotta have this long ass resume that still don't matter.
Hmm.
Ain't nobody say
Anybody
nothing
else?
about Doug Peterson being with Andy Reid. They ain't say, oh, Andy Reid was calling the plays with Doug Peterson. They said Doug Peterson was a great offensive coordinator. Eric Bieniemy get with Andy Reid. Oh, it ain't Eric Bieniemy. It's Andy Reid and Eric Bieniemy. Like, make this shit make sense.
Well, I don't know who it is in the second half for the Chiefs on offense because they can't seem to get their act together. It ain't nobody actually. Somebody they need to call somebody because whoever it is in that second half of the Chiefs ain't doing a good enough job for me. But you might have a point. I mean, you have a valid point there to me. And I'm not gonna disagree with that. Anybody got anything?
Nah, I mean it made sense. Like I said,
Yeah, and like it don't.
I kind of wanted to stay even temperature, real lukewarm with this because I didn't want to. I just want to see what it's going to look like. I mean, like I said, obviously we didn't spoke about the weapons and stuff he had in Atlanta, what he did down there, but we've also seen what he can do when he's hyper focused on just one phase of the ball. I mean, a phase of the game, which was offense. So, like I said, that was 2019, but that was 4 years ago. So,
well,
I'm just riding with Tom.
What do you think the narrative would have been if he hired a Jared Johnson? So, if his OC, his DC, looked like him, what would that narrative have been in the city of Pittsburgh?
Personally, I think it would have just looked like shooting it up. I mean, you really at this point, like I said, I think Jared Johnson is. I mean, yeah, Jared Johnson does a lot more like passing. So he's passing focus. Obviously, he's a former quarterback, and I think that it would look like a revenge move since they chose not to go get Byron Leftwich. Instead, you get Byron Leftwich, you get Jared Johnson. I mean, to me, that's kind of like what it would look like. No real. I mean, at least like I said, Byron Leftwich at least got a Super Bowl, but I mean, he did have Tom Brady too. So
did it really shock you that they didn't even call that man for an interview? Did it shock you?
I was pissed.
I was
pissed.
It ain't shocking. I think it's again disrespectful. Yeah, he had Tom Brady, but even in that second,
he had Bruce Arians. Like, let's be clear.
Right.
Let's be real clear, y'all.
Bruce Arians set a standard that Super Bowl year that I don't think nobody else will ever resemble. Bruce Arians' coaching staff was all minorities and women.
He did. Hired like one of the first female coaches.
Yeah, I mean, like
that was Bruce Arians.
Yeah.
So if you want somebody to come back, you call him. Don't you be calling no Todd. Don't you be calling all these other. Call Bruce. Bruce, what you doing? You want to come back over here, Bruce? That's what we call.
And I'm not to go back on the coaches though. You know what's funny is Ben Johnson said if he was offered a head coaching job, he won $15 million a year. Like, when do 1 year coaches get to say I want this certain amount of money in order to be a head coach, yo?
Listen. That goes back to what I said. You get 2 years. You get 2 years to be deemed success. Your third year, like you get 2 years to screw off. That's it. You gotta build success. That third year, that's it. You're done if you're not successful. You may be able to finish out that season, but if I'm a head coach and I know if I'm put in a lousy situation, yeah, give me my money up front because I might not make it to another contract. The way that things are going in the league right now, coaches aren't. You ain't getting. Don't buy no house in that city. You better rent.
Give me my guaranteed up
right.
front.
The days of a Coach Tomlin staying, a Bill Belichick, those days are gone.
Yeah.
People are not staying with teams forever.
Yeah, I agree.
Kyle Shanahan got it good right now. He got it real sweet.
Real sweet.
Winning games.
If they don't win,
let them have a down season. That fan base is real loud and real rude, but they winning, so they love him. You know, they gonna rep him. But they was angry as I don't know what when John Harbaugh, they got John Harbaugh up out of there. They weren't happy. So, let it go the opposite way.
That's true.
So, but I thank y'all for joining tonight. I had like literally already closed it down, cut the lights off and everything.
Dang,
Open the club back up for y'all.
Look,
Man,
I feel special now.
Yeah, yes.
Giving the bar back up. Let me get another
should.
drink.
You see these bags, they are
open the bar
designer.
back up.
Look, my man got a drink. Last call.
They made me drink with that.
Why you bring this
that
up,
thing.
Jay? Why you bring this up, Jay? I was out of my bag, Jay. Why you do this?
He stayed
Sorry, I'm moving it off. Y'all missed my rant about Coach Tomlin.
Not winning Coach of the Year.
Not ever winning Coach of the Year.
Ever.
And I'm gonna say it one more time. This is the last time I'm gonna say it. What does he have to do? Hold on, this was really my last time. What does he have to do to win Coach of the Year?
That's a good question. Cause I mean, we done had times where though
my answer is nothing. He can't. It's nothing he could do.
Yeah,
I mean,
times with the team went 11-0 and then still kind of meandered off, and then times with though we started off real slow and then wind up.
He would have to go 17-0.
Yeah,
and he still probably wouldn't get it.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah,
he didn't check a box.
That man, look. This is no disrespect to you and JUCO. That man would have to go through freaking fire, burn his freaking face off. Win 17 games. Go through chemotherapy. Like, what the heck does this man got to do to win Coach of the Year?
Kick the field goal. Don't forget that.
Go for it on fourth down every time.
Every time. Yeah.
So I missed something. Who? Because I've been on the. Who won Coach of the Year?
No,
They just not
got candidates
yet. They don't find out till.
Oh, okay.
Thursday.
I was about to say, hold up.
But I brought it up because I was like, what does he have to do? You guys hate him for this.
He's not even nominated.
Sometimes you hate him for this. What does he have to do? Because the man has done more with less almost every year. Almost every year.
Well, you know who won't agree with you?
Dang.
But he's not even getting considered. That's
right.
That's the disrespectful part.
But that's what I'm saying. What and this year, look, I know they won on a 3-game skid to some bad teams, but the man went 5-1 in his division. 5-1 in his division. Losses inside linebacker. I know we rehashing. I didn't got back in the hole. Y'all
lost 3.
Pull me out. 5-1 in the division. What does he have to do? He can't do anything. He can't. It's nothing he can do. All right, I'm out.
Yeah, I'll try to let you cool down. Go ahead, cool down.
You missed it.
Bro, I sat here in silence, like
I was so angry because like this literally you telling me there's nothing he can't do anything to win it. You telling me that. Because you're gonna be like, oh, it's a regular season award. If Stefanski, what did the Stefanski do that Mike Tomlin didn't do? Just let me know. Call Joe Flacco because he called a bunch of other people that was sitting at home. I don't know, Miles Jack.
You know what I think it is too. Part of it is because the Browns have been so bad for so long that the last past couple of years or the last when he stepped in, they pretty much elevated. I mean, of course, that came with draft picks. It came with free agent acquisitions or whatever the case may be. That's probably what it is. And I mean, throughout Mike Tomlin's career, he's always been successful. So I mean, like you would think that having that successful over that a certain amount of time grants.
So you're telling me he has to have a losing season
Right.
and have a winning season to
Right.
be coach of the year.
That's
That is
what it sounds like.
bullshit. And I don't even cuss. That's bullshit.
And you
That's
know
what
what
it
else?
sound like.
And you know what else is crazy?
Sorry.
Kevin
'Cause what-
Stefanski inherited I don't know how many draft picks because the Browns were so horrible and swapping and get like they've had over the last 4 years, they've had multiple first round draft picks. So like he shouldn't forget coach of the year. Like they really should be on a top tier type, but his coaching inability is still like he's still not the best coach in the AFC North. Hell, I don't even think he's the third. He's the fourth.
What's up from Australia? The Aussies is here. What up? What up, mate?
Good night, Mike.
Good
Good
day.
eye, good eye, good eye.
We
Night,
in
Mike.
Australia, y'all. We popping out in Australia.
Dang.
But yeah,
Sorry, y'all.
Tomlin is a legend, and I'm glad that you said that. Even the Australians know they got some sense out there, man. Bring some over here, bottle it up, and give it to some of these Americans.
What I want to know is they got John Harbaugh in here. How they got John Harbaugh as a candidate, but not
Oh, let me tell you why. Because he had, I don't know, a top defense. He had a top quarterback. He had great running backs, even though you could say the running back room got decimated or
Lamar
whatever,
Jackson.
and went through that. He had great receivers, right? Weapons, got a whole new offensive coordinator, right?
That's crazy.
Coach of the year.
But see the very thing that I said as far as like teams being bad and then them ultimately being good, which is why D'Amico Ryans and Dan Campbell in there.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. That is bull.
But
Yeah.
Because
D'Amico,
that man is consistently above 500.
D'Amico, like I said it about 4 weeks back. The Houston Texans could really legitimately win. They really should win Coach of the Year with D'Amico, Offensive Rookie of the Year with C.J. Stroud, and Defensive of the Rookie of the Year with Will Anderson.
Yeah.
Like they really should clean the board in those 3 areas.
They ain't gonna give it to them 3 black men.
They ain't, but they ain't, but they really should.
Mm-hmm.
But see, you're gonna mess around. Dan Campbell gonna win it because the Lions ain't been that far in 30 plus years.
33 years.
Can you imagine? I don't care how long they ain't been in the playoffs. Can you imagine D'Amico Ryans taking a team that he inherited that was just bad and drafting the players that they drafted and turning them around?
Guess what?
That's Coach of the Year.
This is for you, Cleveland. Thank you, Cleveland, because you were freaking idiots. Sorry. I'm in my emotions today. Thank you, Cleveland. Thank you for the picks. You're freaking idiots. And they beat you. And they put you on the couch. That's a beautiful story, isn't it? Put you right on the couch.
Straight up.
Put 4 or 5 on you.
Thank you for the picks. The picks took you out. Sit down and pay Deshaun Watson while you out. Don't go past go. Don't collect $200. Go pay Deshaun Watson and go sit down. And thank you for the Coach of the Year award, D'Amico Ryans.
Sound bad. I feel sorry.
Coach of the Year, Rookie of the Year, defensive Rookie of the Year. Like, thank you, Cleveland.
Sweet.
Your dumb selves. Sorry. Anyway, that's all. Okay, y'all. Let me just wrap it up. I don't know why. I'm so mad about that whole Tomlin thing.
I get it.
I hope nobody don't tell my mama I curse because I don't be I know. All right, y'all. It was fun. I will give you as much as I can from the Pro Bowl weekend, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. Thank you. Thank you, Australia, man. Thanks for coming through. We appreciate it. Send the Aussies our love, and maybe we'll play a game in Australia in the near future. Ireland will be first. We'll get there. We'll get to Australia eventually.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. Thank you for joining us. Travel. Get some sleep, Terrence. You look tired.
I am, man. I got it. Yeah, I am. I just dropped my mom off now. I just pulled up to my aunt, so
Yeah. All right. Get some sleep, man. I'm about to go to sleep, y'all. All right. Good night. Thanks again for joining me, guys.
Y'all be
Oh,
safe.
let me
Take
say
it
bye to
easy.
Dex. Bye, Dex. We're leaving.
All
All right. See ya.
right.